I think he's...
Yeah.
I think he's trying to tell us something.
Grape. From what we can surmise, this is... Blaine thinks the first one is grape, which I looked at that. I didn't know, but I guess I could kind of get grape.
You can see the grapes.
I said unicycle for the second one, but that's stupid. That's a stupid answer. I said the third one,
but
it doesn't have much of a crack though, so I don't know.
It's like no butt. Okay, so
Mr. Hill,
so let's see.
You have no ass.
Let's do.
I don't think those correspond to
purple.
Those don't correspond to.
Unicycles
are brown, like the
deal. And then that one's a radish or a peach.
I'm just not sure what those are supposed to be.
Good to go. We did it!
I could understand if he drew really common fruits that were kind of a guaranteed color, like, oh, bananas are yellow, oranges are orange.
I bet they're like really common Japanese fruits. That's probably.
Maybe.
I bet it was I bet unicycle was a Satsuma orange
with the little T thing.
Yeah, because that's the little branch.
I guess. Did it have to be a Satsuma?
Yeah, because...
Damn it. Did you have to get crushed by that bookcase?
Oh, right here. Okay.
You've lost a life now, though, so...
Yes, it has to be a Satsuma, because Satsuma is like the... That's a Japanese orange.
I did not know that.
Satsuma!
Wow, and yeah, I'm sure they all say it like that.
Well, I mean, the way...
Don't get crushed!
The way it works, if you don't know, like, any sort of, like, real Japanese words or anything...
Hold on. Blaine's about to lay down some real damn truth.
If you can't read a word and say, oh, hey, that's a Japanese word, because I know what the Japanese word is, and you look at it for a second, and it either A, it goes with a consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. Okay, that's a Japanese word. It's gonna be consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. Or
that's it. Just as a generality, that's
because like that's how their alphabet.
That's likely that that's how it is.
Their alphabet works in a consonant vowel. The only what is it like? The only consonant that is on its own is frickin' N.
Yeah, frickin' N, man.
And so if that doesn't work for you though, if you're unable to tell if it's a Japanese word based on that, the other surefire solution is to say it like a Japanese person would.
But you can say a lot of things in a racial stereotypical Japanese voice, and it sounds
But I can
Japanese.
say, so I can say, Seattle, Washington, and it just doesn't sound right. But if I say Satsuma, it sounds like I'm supposed to say Satsuma in that address.
So I don't know if I can get behind what you're laying down. I totally buy as a general rule, if like for word origins or something. But saying it in a horribly, terrible Japanese accent somehow proves that it must be a Japanese word. I just don't know if I can get behind that.
Get behind it, David. This is some real hard truth. I got more hard truths, too. I went to Japan. That's how I know about all these Japanese words.
Yeah, whatever. You had monkeys eat out of your hands, and... deer
awesome.
Eat out of your hand.
Yeah, I became one with nature while I was there.
And that was, I mean, there was some other cool stuff. They have I thought it was, this is, I don't know, probably sad that this is one of the most, maybe not interesting, but I did think it was very funny that at the zoo in Japan, one of the animals that they displayed was a normal, what we would say was a totally average, normal gray squirrel that you see 12 of in your normal day. If you just go outside, you're gonna see gray squirrels, and it's like in a zoo in Japan, and it does make sense. But you don't think about those things until you actually go to another country and see that animal's in a zoo, because you're like, well, of course they don't have gray Washington squirrels here. Like, duh. I think squirrels are kind of cute.
Squirrels are definitely cute. But
they're a little skittish.
I mean,
they're a little squirrely, maybe.
I guess.
Maybe that's where the word comes from.
It could be. Anyway, so like, yeah, you go to Japan and like you don't speak enough Japanese to get by. You just speak it in a racist accent.
Yeah, that was kind of, it terrified me a little bit to know that actually worked. If you said, hey, how do I get to the museum? They would...
They have no idea what you're saying, but as soon as you're like, how do I go to a museum?
Then they suddenly know what you're
Yeah,
talking
they know
about.
exactly what you're talking about. And the best was we were at...
It wrinkles my brain.
We were at Tokyo Disneyland. So, we're in Disneyland, already the happiest place ever. And we wanted some Jiminy Cricket stuff for my the officiant at our wedding, because we were on our honeymoon.
I remember this story now.
And we were like, yeah, we want some Jiminy Cricket stuff, and they're just staring at us like we just want to ask them for like their own eyeballs or something. Like they have no idea what we're saying. And we finally get somebody who like speaks a little bit of English, and we're like, yeah, we want some Jiminy Cricket stuff. And he looks at us and he's like, oh, a Jiminy Cricket. And he turns to his like little pal and he's like, Jiminy Cricket. And they look at him and they're like, oh, hi. And they like point us to where the Jiminy Cricket stuff is. Not the Jiminy Cricket, it's a Jiminy Cricket. And at that point I was like, all right, this is what we have to do to survive.
This is what we have to do to survive here. Yeah, I don't know, man. That just makes me... I would be very uncomfortable doing that. I don't know.
I guess you got to realize that like the culture, they only speak with their alphabet and they write with their alphabet. Like at the zoo, like you were talking about, they had potbelly pigs. But the sign says potberry pig.
Yeah, it said potberry as in the fruit. Potberry pigs.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
it's a Washingtonian delight.
Hilarious. Dude, bacon, man. Love.
And just a little potberry.
Definitely makes you kind of, yeah.
Oh.
I know a lot of people would just be like, they would just, you know, it's
immediately like, that's racist.
Yeah,
it's
like, immediately reduced as racist, and it's like, I mean, yeah, that's what we're taught, and you might be right, but it's, I don't know, it's just not that black and white. It's weird, and it makes me feel a little uncomfortable because I've been told that that's, you don't behave that way, but if you know, if you got to do it to have somebody understand you, I guess that kind of changes. God, he looks so stupid when he's walking like that.
I hear the racism. I would say is if you walked over to like Tasty Thai,
yes,
or
absolutely.
like teriyaki time,
yes,
and you were like, "Can I have a larger teriyaki?"
Assuming that you have to speak like that. God.
All right, and we're good.
Oh my lord! Assuming that you have to speak like that, or that's absolutely
that's your racism.
Not.
But when
that's
you're
okay.
in their country and that's how it works, you just go with it. I didn't go back. Let me go back. I didn't get the diamond.
It disappears. Who freaking cares?
Oh, it was in a cage like a dancer at a sweet, sweet club.
I really wish I could remember what it was. Somebody made some comment the other day about there was something that they were claiming was racist, and I actually kind of for a moment was wondering if we even as a culture understand what racism
means at this
actually
point.
means. It's like people, I don't know.
There's a lot of ifs.
People use a lot of words to mean it's just things that they're offended at or something.
Yeah.
It's like just because you're a little bit uncomfortable about it, racism is horrible and it's bad and nobody should judge people like that. But there are some things that happen and people are like, that's racist.
No!
It's an insta-kill.
Oh, it would be.
Some people are like, that's racist. And you're like, it what? No, it's not racist. It's kind of like how we use the word, and I do this a lot too, just because you're around something enough, it kind of becomes a part of how you speak and think, but we use the word ironic, and literally, it's just totally wrong these days. We don't use it.
Yeah.
Literally is totally has changed meanings. And at this point, when somebody, it bothers me when somebody it says, wants to correct you on your use of literal, and you're just like, yo, we live in a dynamic culture, and we have actually added meaning to the word literally, where it doesn't have to just mean where something
literally doesn't
where you
always mean literal.
literally, it doesn't necessarily have to be literally.
That
It's putting emphasis on something by saying, I literally crapped my pants. Well, if you didn't actually crap your pants, then you couldn't have literally crapped your pants, but you're damn it, Blaine. Damn it.
Oh, I'm alive.
But you're saying it because it's adding emphasis. It's like adding emphasis. It's trying to make it seem like the situation was more. But when people are like, that's not what the word literal means, you're like, at this point in time, it does. The word literal has derived new meaning based on our culture.
That's like 100% what my.
Are you gonna be?
I had a communications professor who, like, that's his entire stance on communication. Everybody, there's all the people who hate. Oh man, I'm gonna double lightning. I'm gonna double lightning.
What does double lightning do?
I don't know. I haven't done it yet.
Are you sure?
Whoa!
He's so happy.
You go Greggy's out.
Nice.
You go
Yes. You go Greggy's out. You go Greggy's out. Oh my gosh.
All right.
That is an old reference.
Next time we'll have a little more.
Jackie Chan used to have an animated show on Saturday morning cartoons. Let's just leave you with that. Look it up, kids.
Yeah, look that up. Next time, more meditation and communications talk.